Buongiorno, I'm Christina, and I'm so glad that you're with me today. If you're new, welcome in. If you're returning, welcome back. No matter how long you've been here, I always appreciate your time. We are going to do WIPS and foes today, everyone, so it will not be a very long video because I have not done a whole lot. I have been crocheting, but the nature of traveling is that you don't bring a lot with you. So, and because I was seeing everyone who wanted to see me that I could see, there wasn't a lot of downtime. So, crocheting didn't happen a lot, but it did happen. I was also working summer school, so between working and traveling and visiting and just not a lot got done. But never fear, there are finished objects, and there are a couple of WIPs. One of them is upstairs because I literally have not touched it since before I left. So I'm not going to show it because I haven't made any progress on it. But I will hopefully for August's crochet catch-up. I know this is August, but this is technically for July because I didn't do one for July because everything was pre-recorded. But that's okay. This is also going to be my stash down 2024 for July, as well as my stash before cash for July. So I made 2 pairs of socks. Now, one of these you saw partially in a crochet and chat video because I had started these before I left. But I finished them in July. So these are, I don't know what is on them, like sawdust or something. Anyway, these are the socks. One is bigger than the other. That was intentional. I made it bigger for my right foot because my right foot does swell. So I did make this one intentionally larger than the left one. So the left one is made according to pattern, and it fits perfectly fine. The right one I did make a little bigger, and this is the first time I've ever made socks, so I did have to play around with it and adjust it and all of that. But these are made with, let me see. Yes. So it's Odyssey yarn. I had this in stash. I bought the yarn when I was in North Carolina before I moved to Sicily. So when I returned to North Carolina, I did actually visit the shop that sells this yarn. That all went out the window. Every single thought in my head went out the window. I visited the workshop where they sell this yarn, and I will do a video on that shop. But I did make these, as well as, where did my other one go? There it is. This pair of socks. Now, this pair of socks, again, the right one is bigger. This one is bigger than this one on purpose. So this is for my left foot, and this is for my right foot. I finished these just recently when I was on the train in the UK. But I started them in July because I started them on the plane going to the US because I could not remember the pattern after. So when you start, you do start with the toe, and then you go up so many rounds, and I could remember that part. But then when you have to start getting ready to break for the heel, they call it the gusset, when you have to start doing that part, I couldn't remember that in my head. So for these, because I had done one of them and then I needed to do the other one, and I got as far as the rows that I needed to do for it, and then I was like, I don't remember what I'm supposed to do, so I'm just going to start another pair of socks because I needed something to do on the 9-hour flight because I had to stay awake so that I could sleep when I got to the US, so my time wouldn't be so crazy. I wouldn't have so much jet lag. Anyway, so I started this, And then I did not finish them. I finished this one when I was at Crafty Musera's house. And then I had started this one because I was alternating between two balls. Because these are also from the same shop, but I used, these are called Oddballs. They're not the Odyssey yarn. They're called Oddballs, and no two are alike. So literally I have mismatched socks. They're from the same two balls of yarn, but I actually like this one a little bit better than I do this one. But it's the way the yarn played out. They're literally just how they're wound together. So anyway, I finished these two pairs of socks. So this is what I have for finished objects. So they were both in stash before before 2024 started, obviously. So I would say, let's see, in each one, there are 200 yards, and they're all 100% wool. I don't know where I put the Chronos, because this colorway is Chronos. All of the Odyssey yarn ones are named, the names are part of the story of Odysseus, the Odyssey. So I don't know what I did with the but I have the leftover balls of the Oddballs. Are these it right here? Is this it? Do I have it? Oh, hold on. It's gonna look like I'm trying to give you a kiss. There it is. Okay. So this is what I have left of the two Chronos. And I could probably make another something with them. Maybe one more sock, maybe? I don't know. And then, because what I tried to do is I tried to match the socks with the Odyssey, thinking if I pulled from the outside on one and the inside on the other, because they looked like they were the same, that it would match, and they don't match. But it's okay, but that's what I was trying to do. So I have about the same amount, just one is balled up. And then these are the Oddballs. This is what I have left on those. They're very different yarns. But I was trying to, like, it doesn't matter. I just wanted socks. So that's what I did. I made socks. So I would say I used probably, they're all 200 yards each, so that's 800 yards. I'd say I used about half of it, so, because there's very little bit left in this. This is not even half. But on these two, there's a significant amount left. Let me make sure that these, because the reason why I keep reaching into a bag is because when I went back to North Carolina, I went to the yarn shop, and got, yeah, they're both 200 yards. I got more yarn, so that's why, because I have more Odyssey yarn. It's not the Chronos colorway, but I did get more yarn, and there goes my chair. This is great. I love it. That's another reason why I don't want this chair in this room, because it is a nuisance. So I would say about 400 yards of yarn that I used for the month of July. Not a lot there, but it is what it is. That is my contribution for Stash Down 2024 for the month of July. I could combine July and August because I'm still working on some things, but that's what I have for July. My WIP that I have here is still the cardigan. I have made progress on the back. It is larger. It may not look a lot larger, but it is larger. I promise. So this is the Candy Tuft cardigan. It is a paid-for pattern. It's not incredibly expensive, but it is a paid-for pattern. So it is larger. It is taller than it was before. Let's see if I can scoot back and get it all in the camera. Yeah. So this is the back and the sides, and you start from the bottom and crochet all the way up to your armpits, and then separate and do the front panels and the like. But it is taking a very long time to do. So there was another video where I talked about the fact that I try not to buy tiny yarns because I get frustrated with them, and I am frustrated with this, but I do want to make the cardigan, and I do want to make it out of this yarn, so I am going to continue on doing that. With the socks, I will put the pattern. It is a YouTube video. I will put the pattern link in the description box. I want to say it's Felice, that I'm pronouncing it in Italian, but it is made with Hobie yarn, I think, in the pattern. I didn't use Hobie yarn, obviously, but she does use, I think, a worsted weight. So these are meant to be like slipper socks. They're not meant to be socks that you wear on a regular basis in your shoes, which is fine for me. And on those, I used a 5mm tulip hook to make those socks. And I intentionally adjusted the pattern to make it bigger on my right foot. So, because I'm wearing them around the house, and especially at the end of the day, my right foot tends to be very swollen, especially compared to my left foot. I wear compression socks, and I will sometimes wear a brace on top of the compression socks if I know I'm going to be doing a lot of intense walking and the like. But it will still swell. So I need to have something, especially in the evenings, that's not going to constrict my foot quite so much. And then for the cardigan, I am using Bamboo Sock Pop by Universal Yarns. This is the second ball. I'm actually on the second ball now. Oh, and it's falling apart. But I did it from the outside this time instead of the inside, so hopefully I don't spend hours detangling when it collapses in on itself. And I am using a 4mm, that's upside down. I'm using a 4mm clover for this project. So hopefully I will have this back done at some point. The other WIP that I have not touched since I left, or before I left, is the Wavy Waffle Stitch blanket that is done by Fiber Spider. I was holding 3 strands of Caring Kindness yarn together to make that, but I have not put any progress into that. This is a Bridget bag. This is a Bridget bag set. She does have a website now, which happened over the summer, so hooray for Bridget, yay! And because I mentioned her, I will tag her in the description box, and also put in her links, her new website, because that's super awesome for her. And the last Whips and Foes video I did, I talked about doing a basket. I haven't started that yet, because also I was gone, and carrying big things of ribbon yarn is not something that I could put in my suitcase. I did. The bag is sitting right there. I did bring other yarn with me to crochet to make things like washcloths. I brought some cotton and things like that. Because that's typically my go-to if I need something to do. I'll just make a washcloth. because, or dish towel, depending on the amount of yarn I have, because I knew I was going to be traveling, so I didn't want to bring a lot of stuff with me. But I didn't even use any of it. I didn't use a single bit of it. I wish I could say I did, but I did not use a single bit of it at all. It's still sitting in the bag that I brought it in. That's hanging up on the door over there. Okay, computer. All those noises are coming from my computer because it's updating everything because I've been gone. So that's it really for my whips and faux for this, for July. And I will update you guys again. It will seem like a quick turnaround because it will be August. I don't anticipate that I'm going to do a ton of crochet because school is going to be starting. But I will have some progress on the cardigan. I will have probably some progress on the blanket. I don't know about the basket. I also am still trying to search for yarn for the fairy dust blanket that I'm going to make for my daughter. I have yarn. I've picked out the yarn, but I don't have enough of it. So one of the ones that I need I can purchase. The other one I cannot find to purchase at a reasonable price online. So I'm trying to reach out to some people to see if they have any that I could maybe buy off of them. But if not, I'll have to rethink my plan because I don't have the quantities to make a mosaic blanket like that. So we'll just have to see. But yeah, that's it for now. I hope that you enjoyed this. Sorry it wasn't a ton of things to show you, but I am happy that I was able to keep my hands busy a little bit and to make some lovely things for me to wear in the wintertime and stay comfortable. So with that, I will leave you, and as always, be well, be safe, and be the change you wish to see in the world, everyone. Ciao bella!